Okay, here we go. It's Thursday, and we are going to start our next um, unit lesson. And today's lesson is on central angles, so hopefully you were able to print this off. If you weren't able to print it off, what you need to do is just get a piece of paper. We're only going to write out a few things. You might have to draw a few circles, but not a big deal. So let's take a look at this. It says here, a central angle is an angle with a vertex at the center and the two sides are radius or radii. I'm going to put the word radius just because you guys know radius. So here's the center of the circle, and the two sides are really radius of this circle, because from here to here is the radius length, here to here is the radius length, and it forms this angle. So it says, for example, ABC, so I'm going to go like this, angle ABC is a central angle in circle B to the left right here, and the sum of all the angles in any circle is 360 degrees. You remember that? So the measure of all the arcs formed by the endpoints of a central angle is always equal to the central angle, or equal to the measure of the central angle. So what they're saying is, if I had an angle right here and I told you this was 70, then its arc length would be 70. The measure of the arc formed by the endpoints of a central angle is equal to the measure of the central angle. Central angle here is 84, therefore its arc length is 84. If I told you that the measure of this central angle is 70, its arc length would be 70. So here it says the measure of, and I know that this right here is a minor arc. Start at A, go to C, well, that's 84. And then it says, what is the measure of angle or arc ADC? So I have to start at A, go to D, and end at C. Let's see. This is start at A, go through D, and end at C. How do I know it's a minor or a major arc? I know it's a major arc because they gave me 3 of the points on the part of the circle. So start at A, go through D, end at C. Well, how much is ADC? Well, they didn't tell me what ADC was. Is there a way for me to know that? Yep. The way I figure that out is, I know the whole circle is 360. I'm going to subtract this little part that I know, because I know this part right here. This part right here, this wedge of the pizza, pizza, is 84. So I'm going to take and subtract 84 from that. When I do that, that's a 5 right there, that's going to be a 6. This right here, I need to borrow here. I'm going to subtract, I get 7. So what's left is 276. So do you see that? And these are degrees. From here to here is 84. This whole thing right here has to be 276. Why? Because 276 plus 84 gives me the whole 360. So that's basically what we're doing for this whole lesson. So they're going to ask me to find each angle and arc measure. How do I know? Well, it's just if we go back up here. If I know what the central angle is, I know what the arc length is. If they give me part of it, I can find the rest. And it's kind of like working a puzzle. This right here is 122. Doesn't look like it, but it's 122. So let's take a look. First thing I want to do is I want to identify, what are they asking me for? They're asking me for ST. So I'm going to find ST. Well, that's easy. They gave me that one. It's 122, right? So that's 122. Do you see that? The central angle and the arc measure are the same. So now they want me to find RS. Oh, I love highlighters. They want me to find this little part, RS. But they didn't give it to me. They didn't tell me how much it was. But I'm looking at this circle, and it looks like this right here, this diameter cuts this circle in half. So how much is half a circle? 180, right? So if this whole thing is 180, and I've already used up 122 of it, well, I just subtract. And you can do it on your calculator if you want, or you can do it in your head, or you can do it on paper. 180, and I'm gonna subtract 122, and bam, 58 degrees. Look at that, I already did it. You know why? Because I started my video, and then my son was clearing his throat, and I said, hey, I can hear what you're doing, so I had to start over. Let's take a look here. What else do they want? They want SRT. Oh, SRT. Can I find SRT? What should I use to highlight that? Start at S, go through R, end at T. Start at S, pass through R, end at T. Do I know this? I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure. I know this little part right here is 58. I'm gonna mark it on here, just to see. I know the whole thing is, this whole thing here was 180, right? Now, I have two choices. I could subtract from 360, or I can look and say, well, I know that this part right here is 180, right? That's half of the circle, half of the arc length. Semicircle is 180. And I could add the 58 degrees to that. So when I take 180 and I add 58, 238 degrees. So let's take a look at this one right here. Well, what's given? This is 21 degrees. So this is 21 degrees. Boy, in this thing, that's vertical angle. So if that's 21, this is 21. So I know this arc length is 21. And I see this is half of a circle, right? So that's got to be 180. So if I take 180 and I subtract that 21 from it, let's do that. 180 minus 21. Well, this has to be 159. So that means this is 159. And if this is 159, these are also vertical angles, so that means this is 159. So see what I did here? I figured it all out, and now I can just put it over here. I can answer the questions that they asked me to. Let's take a look. If I added all these together, I better get 360, right? So let's look for JK. JK, bam, right here. That's 21. Easy peasy. I got it. What's the measure, and this is the measure of angle. So now they're asking me for the central angle. What's the measure of the angle JNM? J, N is the center, and M, well, that's this right here, 159. I already did it. Let's take a look. Minor arc, so less than 180. KL. KL. I already figured it out. KL has to be 159. Oh, wait a minute. Is that right? Yep. Boy, if I didn't know, I could have just looked right here because that's 159. 159. So now minor arc, JKM. J, go through K, end at M. So now I need this part, and this part. So I need 21 plus 159 plus 21. I'm going to add all those together. 21 plus 159 plus 21. 201. 201 degrees. So this says, what's the measure of arc MKL? at my major arc M, start at M, go through K, end at L. How do I know that? Because I got to end at L, and if I would have gone the other way, I got to end at L. So if I went this way, I would have ended at L too fast, and I got to go through K. So start at M, zip through K, and end at L. Well, how much is that? I got to take the whole thing is 360, right? The only part I don't want is that 21 degrees. So take 360 degrees and subtract 21 from it. Let's do that right here. 360 minus 21, 339 degrees. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. So let's take a look at the next one. They want me, this means angle UXV. I know X is the center of the circle. UXV. UXV. That's this right here. They want me to find out what the measure of that is. Let's see if I can work some things out here. They told me that's 72, so I know this is 72, right? Arc length 72, central angle 72, zip across vertical angles, so this has to be 72. Hold on a second. That's not what they're asking for. UXV, UXV. Oh, yep, it is. 72 degrees. Let's take a look at this one. It says, what's the measure of ST? That's got to be less than 180 because it's only two letters there. And there's an arc. This was for angle. This is for arc. Those are the two things that you need to keep in mind. This means an angle. And this means an arc. So let's take a look. That means that's an arc. ST. That's this little bit right here. Can I figure out what that little bit is right there? Let's see, what do I have so far? Well, they want me to find this, right? And it looks like that's sandwiched right between, that's like an Oreo cookie, right? And that's the cream filling right there. And that's half of a circle. So that means this plus this plus this has to equal how much? Right, 180 degrees. So I have 72 plus 87. I'm going to add those two things up. 72 plus 87. You know the answer before me? Bet Joey does. 159. So this all together, these two things together are 159. And how much is half of a circle? 180. So now I got to subtract those two. Well, let's go here. 7, carry the 1, that's a 1. I got 2 left, so it's 21 degrees. This little part right here, 21 degrees. 21 degrees. So before I start filling out the rest of these, maybe I'd like to figure out how much. I know that this is 87, so this is 87. I know that this is 72, so that means this will be 72. I don't know what this is, or do I? We'll take a look. Isn't that these two together have to equal 180? So 180 minus 72, bam, 108. So I know this is 108. So that means the arc length is 108. So easy peasy, now I can answer these problems. Let's take a look at VW. WV, come on Mirza, WV, and that's an arc. WV, haha, I already have it, 108. Let's take a look at measure TW. T, and it's a minor arc, right? TW, oh, that's this part right here. They think they're tricky. They think they're tricky. They need this part plus this part. I can figure that out. This part's 21, that part's 72. 72 plus 21 equals 93 degrees. Now let's take a look at this. Oh, they gave me 2. I see the arc symbol. They gave me 3 of the variables. Those are the points on the circle. Start at T. You have to pass through V and end at W. Start at T. I gotta pass through W, and start at T, pass through V, and end at W. So all this. Well, I can easily I could do two things. I could take 360 and subtract this part, or I can add up this plus this plus this. 87 plus 72 plus 108. Let's do it on the calculator. 82 plus, okay, if you get it right, pay attention, 87 plus 72 plus 108, enter, 267. Not bad, very doable. Some things to remember, the half of the circle, which we call a semicircle, equals 180, right? The whole circle equals 360. Vertical angles are congruent. Those are things that I've used as I was doing this. I was using stuff I already knew. I also used adding, and I learned adding in the 1st grade, so I'm still using it. And now you're in the 9th grade, so that's pretty cool. Look at this little symbol right here, 90-degree symbol. Those are all SYM. Oh, wow, it must be early. I can't spell. Symbol. So, a lot of things I already know are going on here. I know that a half circle is 180. I know that a whole circle is 360. I know vertical angles are congruent. So if I see vertical angles, whatever this one is, that's the same. I know that's a 9. Well, if that's 90, this is 90, right? They gave me this little 34 here. What else do I know, though? I know that this is half of a circle, so that's got to be 90. That makes sense. This whole thing is 180. So the only things I don't know yet, or do I? Take a look. Vertical angles, also a 90-degreer. The only thing I don't have is this. Well, can I figure it out? I sure can. This is half of the circle, so this plus this has to equal 180, just like in a triangle. I have 2 degrees and I need the 3rd one. The whole thing adds up to 180. So guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be doing these in a quiz online. This will be question 1. This will be question 2. This will be question 3. And this will be question 4. And guess what? For those people who watch the whole video, I'm going to have you put a special word, choose a special word. And the word's going to be cotton candy. So I'm going to put that as number 5 is the mystery word. You'll only know it if you watch my whole video. The mystery word is cotton candy. So I hope you all have a great day today. I will see you next Tuesday. I would like to do a Zoom meeting with our class if everybody would like to join in. So I'm going to be available during our office hours today if somebody would like to join like a conference meeting or have a Zoom meeting. I'll put that in the discussion and we'll set it up. Have a fabulous day today, my friends.